Try to finish at least some shlokas, two, three shlokas, 4, 5 shlokas today, and then we'll enter tomorrow into Krishna explaining his vibhutis. Let's begin with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Cakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakammalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namahom Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Name Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaudashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopakanta Radha Kanta Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vanchakalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we have to discuss from so we have to begin our discussion from the shloka number 10.16, and so here actually before to this actually after hearing the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, Arjun has there is an immediate change that we see in Arjuna's approach towards Krishna, and he started saying to him Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Sashvatam, Divyam, Adi Devam, Ajam Vibhum. So he started accepting. He immediately, he has accepted that, sir, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. You are the purest of all. You are the ultimate. You are the you are the ultimate abode of everyone. You are the shelter of everyone, and you are the eternal personality, transcendental, and your original Lord, unborn and the greatest. So, and not just I accept it. No, I'm not. I'm not just saying this statement, a flattery statement to you. Buttering. I'm not buttering you, but even great sages like Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa have also confirmed this truth. And after saying this, in the 12th and 13th shloka, he has spoken in the 14th one. Sir, but although you are Param, actually the one, but no one knows you. No one knows you completely. They know everyone, and everyone knows to you. Some people may know you in some extent, but nobody knows to you totally. Neither the demigods nor the demons can understand you. And then in 15th verse, he said that no, only you know yourself, right? No? Nobody else knows you much. By your own internal potency, O Supreme Lord, we are Bhuta Bhavana of Bhutesha, Deva Deva, Jagatpate. Sir, you only know yourself, nobody else knows to you. Incomplete. So we had discussed a lot. Anybody remembers what we have discussed on this verse of 14th and 15th about knowing the Lord and not knowing, and people don't know what is it. Somebody remembers? We have spoken. We have discussed something very, beautiful over there. Hmm? Anyone, Prabhu? Nobody remembers. uh, Actually, we had discussed that how actually. Yes, true.
Then the second verse, the purport also Prabhupada describes that how the verse goes one after one. Like first of all, they describe Krishna as Purushottam, then Bhuta Bhavana, then Bhuteshwar, then Deva Deva. In that way,
Uh,
they are increasing the frame of Krishna. So similarly, we discussed
uh,
that Krishna cannot be fit into any frame.
uh,
If it
yeah.
is good, then he increases. That moment when he increases.
Yeah. The moment you try to put Krishna in the frame, he expands out of the frame. Whatever frame you will put to him, then this is what you are. So Krishna expands because he's ever expanding. You can't put a frame. So that is why we nobody knows him completely. Hmm. You know, because you can't. If you, somebody says that I know Krishna, means he has limited Krishna. He's unlimited, ever expanding. Yes, true. Anybody else like to say, share something, and we begin today's.
Krishna,
Yeah.
we also discussed in 14th verse that no one knows Krishna, but we try to know Krishna because we love him. But the
Uh,
Mayavadis try to dissect him. So that's why devotees nature means in general also when someone loves a person, we naturally try to learn about him. But for a Vaishnava, that knowing is for in Seva Bhav. And we also discussed that when we get to know that incomprehensibility of Krishna, we keep aside our intellect and try to know him by our heart.
yeah. So yeah, because somebody may ask if he's not understanding, why try to know him? Oh, we try to know him so that we love him. You know. So he's ununderstandable completely. No, we can't understand him, but we still try to understand because we love him. And Mayavadi people, they try to understand him, to dissect him, to find a fault with him, to to limit him, or to make him impersonal, something like that. So just if we don't have a love for him, you know, or we don't want to awaken love for him, then actually we'll just say, "Arey, if he's not, if I can't understand him, nobody can understand. What is the point in knowing about him?" You know? This is a mindset of a uh, of a atheistic point of view. Then it's the mindset of an atheist. That's what has been said. Very good. Yeah, I was looking for this point. These 2 points, frame and knowing Krishna, to love him, not to dissect him. Okay, so anyone like to share something? One last point, if you remember, then we'll continue. Somebody remembers.
Roji, the point that you mentioned about in the Chatushloki Buddhi Yoga,
Hmm.
there Prabhupada mentioned ki that Buddhi Yoga is for us. As of now, Buddhi Yoga is to actually pay attention and not that the Priti Purvakam wala point you mentioned. The Priti Purvakam is for us to actually not the real exact meaning you said ki excess of love, but for us it is to pay attention in order to get attention so that Krishna will uh, mercy us with his love.
Hmm. Yeah. Our love is when we put faith in him, respectfully hear from him with attention about him. You know, that's what is. So that's what. Okay, thank you. So let us begin today's discussion, and we will discuss from 10.16 onwards, and then I'm sharing the screen and we'll recite the shloka together. So this is 10.16. वक्तुम् अर्हसि अस्नेन दिव्य हि आत्मविभूतया याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान् इमां त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि. Yeah, read.
Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. Purport. In this verse, it appears that Arjuna is already satisfied with his understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge, and whether else a person may have a thorough all these agencies, he has understood Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For him, there is no doubt. Yet, he is asking Krishna to explain his all pervading nature. People in general and the impersonalist in particular concern themselves mainly with the all pervading nature of the Supreme. So Arjuna is asking Krishna how he exists in his all pervading aspect through his different energies. One should know that there is this is being asked by Arjuna on behalf of the common people.
Yes. So that's what has been said over here. So he is saying, my dear Vaktum Arhasi Ashnena, in detail, please tell me, you know, your Atma Vibhuti, right? Na? Which is very transcendental. So you tell me in detail, somebody, Krishna may say, see, I already spoke to you, previously, about my opulences. Why you are telling me to repeat these opulences? See, I already spoke to you in the, you know, I already spoke my Vibhuti in the last few chapters also. You know, now you are again telling me to repeat it. No, you forgot or what? No, sir. I heard it. I remember it. But now I want you to tell me detail. You know, so that's what Prabhupada saying. Please tell me in detail. Now, ashnena. Please tell me in detail. Your vibhuti, atma, vibhuti, which is divya. You know, no, yabhir vibhuti bhir lokan. And which type of vibhuti? Because there are many kind of vibhutis of the Lord. Oh, by which you pervade this world. Lokan. What opulence that you show in this, you know, please tell me in detail. You told me before, I agree. And all those you told, Rasohama Pisukante also you told. Something you told it. But now I want to hear in detail, how do you manifest yourself or control the world through your vibhutis in this, vibhutis. In detail you tell. So that what is the point now he's referring to. That I have heard it, no doubt about it. So because it is difficult to understand the truth about you, as you know, is well known. So if I want to know your vibhuti, which is and it is very attractive, and you speak in detail to me. But Krishna is saying, see, it is impossible to speak all types of my vibhutis. My vibhuti is impossible to speak because unlimited. So that's why Arjuna is also saying, sir, in lokan, tell about vibhutis which are you by which you spread yourself in this world. Your extraordinary vibhutis, divyam. Please you please tell me about that. So that's what is the point over here. And Prabhupada is writing that Arjuna is not asking, these. He is fully convinced that you are that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. But actually, if he is convinced, doesn't mean that is quench for the knowledge, quench for the you know, his thirst for for Krishna's vibhuti has reduced. No, in fact, you love the person, you have a faith in person, you want to know more about him. So Prabhupada is writing that here he's not no, he is asking for the people in general so that he can also magnify his glory. Prabhupada wants to make us very clear that don't think after speaking Krishna, Arjuna is speaking in Param Krishna to be Krishna as Param Brahma, Param Dhama, he still have a doubt and that's why he is asking, tell me, कैसे कंट्रोल करते हो आप जरा बताओ. नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. He has no doubt. Now he is asking to know more because that's the nature of love and also the people in general, so that they will understand. Because in people in general generally have a impersonal understanding, about the Lord. And people in general don't understand also how the Lord is manifested throughout this world. They just know हाँ भगवान ने बनाया है, सब भगवान का है. नहीं कैसे है, कैसे भगवान का है, कैसे भगवान संभालते हैं, कैसे ये सब is for the Lord, by the Lord. How is it so? They don't know. And impersonalist people though is about different people, category. So that is why, over here, Arjuna is asking the question that please tell in detail. Is requesting, not the question, is requesting him. Please tell me in detail. So he continues his actually, his question about our pleading in the next verse also, in the 17th number shloka. So he speaks. Uh, he will again going to request him. Please tell, because he is requesting Arjun Krishna to speak about himself. It's not so easy to speak about himself, but Krishna, knows very well that my friend, he's my friend. He's not a non, he's a non-envious being. He likes to hear, and he's requesting. The Lord will be happy to say. So he's requesting. Arjuna is requesting in 10.17 also. He says, "Katham vidyam aham yokim tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintayo asi bhagavan maya." Yes, read one of his.
O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? Purport. As stated in the previous chapter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is covered by his Yoga Maya. Only surrendered souls and devotees can see him. Now Arjuna is convinced that his friend Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he wants to know the general process by which the all-pervading Lord can be understood by the common man, including the demons and atheist, cannot know Krishna because he is guarded by his Yoga Maya energy. Again, these questions are asked by Arjuna for their benefit. The superior devotee is concerned not only for his own understanding but for the understanding of all mankind. So Arjuna, out of mercy, because he is a Vaishnava, a devotee, is opening from the common man the understanding of all pervasiveness of the Supreme Lord. He addresses Krishna specifically as yogi because Sri Krishna is the master of the Yoga Maya energy by which he is covered and uncovered to the common man. The common man who has no love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna. Therefore, he has to think materially. Arjuna is considering the mode of thinking of materialistic person of this world. The word keshu keshu cha bhaveshu refer to material nature. The word bhav means physical things. Because materialists cannot understand Krishna spiritually, they are advised to concentrate the mind on physical things and try to see how Krishna is manifested by physical representation.
Yeah. So now, so Prabhupada is again, is mentioning that, Prabhupada writes a very good statement. The superior devotee is concerned not only for his own understanding, but for the understanding of all mankind. So this superior devotee, it doesn't mean that, it means, it doesn't mean, oh, yeah, we also have a tendency, I agree with it, but over here, superior devotee means the devotee who has full faith. in Krishna, you know, that he is the Param Brahma, Param Dhama. And such a devotee is not just happy with his own understanding. Oh, I have understood Krishna. I know Krishna. I am a devotee of the Lord. But he also wants the other people also to be knowing it. And that's Daya. So Arjuna, out of his mercy, because he's a Vaishnava, a devotee, is opening for the common man the understanding of all pervasiveness of the Supreme Lord. Yes, so Daya is one of the very quality. Daya is very a prominent quality of a devotee. He feels for the people who are suffering or who are in ignorance. You know, no, he feels for it. And for us, we may be in ignorance. So we may not feel for others, but we carry the feeling of the great devotees, the superior devotees, and go out and tell the people, in general, uh, the understanding about the Lord. So he is asking question for them, and Prabhupada is writing that keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. So Arjuna wants Krishna to tell about his vibhuti. So that a materialist person, what is a materialist person? A person who is still, whose mind is still hooked to material things, hooked to the material body, is attracted to the material objects, still wants to control and be a proprietor and be an enjoyer of the material um, elements in different shapes and forms. So, he's a materialist, you know, he's a materialist because he can't relate with spirit. He is more on a matter, you know, he's still on a material platform. He's His consciousness is still stuck to the material things, and it's not to the spirit. So how he can understand it? So for him, he's saying, "Katham vidyam aham yogin, tvam sada parichintayam." And he's saying, "Sir, how I can do? How shall I constantly think of you?" So Krishna may, because in a previous verse, 10.16, he has asked, "Tell me about your vibhuti." Krishna is saying, "Why? Why you want to know my vibhuti? You already have declared Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavam. अरे अब क्यों चाहिए तुमको भाई? ना हो गया ना? Oh, वो बोले नहीं 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 sir. You have said Machchita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam. So you have told about that. That my devotees Machchitta Madgata Prana. They always think of you. Oh, I know that you are Supreme Personality of God, but to always think of you, people of we are people of this world, very attached to the matter. Although I know you are the controller and proprietor and enjoyer of the matter, you are the Param Brahma. But how I can think of you because my consciousness does not look up; it's on the ground. It's more based on the we constantly see the things uh, as they are. As they are means we just see as a matter. We don't see beyond. We don't see. It's very difficult for us. We are materialistic people, absorbed in matter. How shall I? How shall I constantly think of you? You know, tell us the method of tell us the method of thinking about you constantly, because you have said Matchita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Paraspara Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Charamanti. And you have said they remember me, my devotee remember me Nityam. So how shall I do that? It's not so easy, to do it. So my dear lords, that is why I am saying, please tell Keshu Keshu Cha Bhaveshu, in which nature, do you appear in this world, in which, so that I can, by seeing the things of this world, by interacting with the things of this world, I'll remember you, not I forget you. That's what, this is whole, the reason why he's asking that how can I think of you? uh, because you are a yoga. No, you see, you are a yogi. Yogi means, you are the possessor of yoga maya shakti. So it's so I want to know how shall I, parichintayan sada, you know, So that's what he's saying. So please tell me. So that's why I'm saying Krishna Arjuna is saying Keshu Keshu cha bhaveshu. I want to know you. How do you manifest in this world? How do you act in this world? And things like that. So it is very clear. One should not think over here when we are speaking about that. See, some people have a wrong understanding. You know that Arjuna over here is after understanding little about Krishna, whatever he has understood as Param Brahma, Param Dhama. His curiosity has not stopped. In general, in people, the atheist people say it's an atheistic point of view. They say theist people, they blame theists, those who believe on God. That theist says that everything in nature is done by God. And if we this is atheist comment on theist people. That everything and these people believe that everything is done by God is and if we accept this explanation, all the curiosity that fuels the scientific progress is killed. That's what they say. पर कुछ लोग बोलते भी है सब भगवान ने किया डिवाइस प्रोग्राम में भी आगे बोलेंगे लोग सब भगवान ने किया ये हम जान गए तो अभी क्या बचा ही क्या तो फिर साइंटिफिक प्रोग्रेस कैसे होगा हे दिस इज रॉन्ग God did it is not a necessarily a curiosity stopper. It is for atheistic point of view. God did it is actually for a devotee is a curiosity stimulator. And it's very simple. If we love a person, and we come to know he has done it, we immediately want to know कैसे किया, and we have envy. We say ठीक है किया तो किया क्या मतलब, it becomes a curiosity stopper for atheist people. But it is a it's a it stimulates to know more about Krishna, to more discuss about Krishna. If we have a theistic point of view, we are actually theist. So that's what is one should not. So Arjuna over here is saying, Keshu Keshu cha bhaveshu. My dear Lord, please tell me more and more in detail about how you manifest in this world, because he's more curious. You know, he's very. I have understood that everything is controlled by you, is done by you, and everything. But how? Please tell more. That's what his explanation his point of view is. So, and it is very obvious in this world. You know, people want to know. If people curiosity keeps on increasing. Wherever they are attracted to. You know, if somebody is attracted to Krishna, his curiosity will keep on increasing more and more. Whereas if somebody is not attracted to, he is envious of Krishna, surely he will think, oh ho ho, God had done everything. If I accept it, then how the scientific progress will happen? So, that's what has been said. So, so in this world, see Newton accepted this that yeah, God is the God is the one who is making everything happen. But he is still thought about the material mechanism of how the apple fall from the tree. That's why he said a very implemented statement. He said, "Oh Father, I think thy thoughts after thee." There's a beautiful statement it's been spoken by Newton, although he has a belief on God, and he's saying, "Oh Father, I think thy thoughts after thee." So no, so he is that's what he said about very clearly. That so atheist may inquire about about God's transcendental glory, and about in terms of uh, you know no, some theists may not, like these people may not inquire about may inquire about God transcendental glory, but not his arrangement of the world, how it works. Some may be indifferent to it, but But majority people, actually, you see, even the great devotees of the Lord, when they glorify the Lord in connection to this world also. And then they move towards glorifying the Lord in connection to the spirit. He's dealing with devotees and all. So that is why, so for us, so we are we are actually absorbed in matter. Now, at least for me, I can say, yeah, we are absorbed in it because it's very difficult to rise above from in a material platform until unless one is not very absorbed in Krishna. So, so once whose mind is he still is attached to his mind, is attached to which is a matter. As we say, Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh. So it is difficult to actually start thinking about Krishna. That is this now these verses which eventually Krishna will speak will helps a devotee even on being in a material world, even in the materialistic situation, and he can understand Krishna. He can know more about Krishna and absorb himself in Krishna while in relation with the material world. So curiosity, it requires a curiosity. You know, so Arjun has a curiosity for knowledge. See, like to know, hunger is required for the food. If food may be there, if you know no hunger, there's no attraction to it. So if we have a hunger, हिंदी में तो बोलते हैं भूख में केवाड़ भी पापड़ लगता है. There is a saying in Hindi. भूख में even uh, even the wood appears to be as papar. So same way, if somebody has a curiosity, he will. This curiosity is not just an intellectual, titillative curiosity. It's about the curiosity of spiritual knowledge. So this is what Arjuna is having, and Arjun, we can learn from him. We can pray to him to give us that curiosity for knowledge. That's what he has, and he is seeking knowledge, nominally. He could have ended the discussion over here after hearing Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, because whatever Krishna has spoken. But his curiosity has, but his curiosity for knowledge has, has inspired Krishna to now speak more and more. We'll see it ahead. So, so Krishna actually, Krishna and that is why that kind of a student is very, very lovable for a teacher. His curiosity is deep within to know more about him. It's not just an intellectual platform. You know. So, like, no, it's just very simple. You want to know a person intellectually, and and there's a difference between want to know a person intellectually and you want to know a person because you love him. So, you know, there is a difference. I hope you understand that. If somebody wants to, know about intellectually know more about the prime minister or the president, he will try to figure it out. You know, he'll try to figure it out. कैसे बन गया ये इतना post holder? कैसे अपना how he does management and all those things. He will be more, but curiosity. If somebody loves the president or prime minister, he will like to know more about him. That actually about his opulences. Oh, how great is he? Let me know more. Nah, how actually he is able to, he has win over. How he manifests his entire things. Entire nation is he's able to manage it so beautifully. So how you know? So he will try to know more about his personal side. So Arjuna, when he's asking Keshu Keshu Cha Bhaveshu, is not a material side. It's also the spiritual side of Krishna because nothing is material as such in Krishna, and he wants to know how you manifest yourself in this world, how I can be always in touch with you, although being related in this material world. So that is what is very important. These are very very actually that is why Bhagavad Gita is a book which is full of emotions. So over here we can understand Arjuna's emotion also, that he wants to know because he has a curiosity born out of love for the Lord. So you know, so this is how actually is being manifested over here. Any questions you all have to from these two verses? Okay, no, sorry. We'll take the one more and then we'll open for questions. 10.18. Yes. Yes, continuing. विस्तारेण आत्मनो योगं विभूतिं च जनार्दनः भूय कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे अमृतम्. Sorry.
O Janardhan, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. Purport. A similar statement was made to Suta Goswami by rishis of Naimisharanya, headed by Shaunaka. The statement is Vayam tu na vitra
Vi- Vitripyama.
uttama shloka vikrame yat shrunvatam rasha jananam swadu pade pade. One can never be satiated even though one continuously hears the transcendental pastimes of Krishna, who is glorified by excellent prayers. Those who have entered into a transcendental relationship with Krishna relish at every step the description of the pastimes of the Lord. Thus, Arjuna is interested in hearing about Krishna and specifically how he remains as the all pervading Supreme Lord. Now, as far as Amritam, nectar is concerned, any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar, and this nectar can be pursued by practical experience. Modern stories, fictions, and histories are different from the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, in that one will tire of hearing mundane stories, but one never tires of hearing about Krishna. It is for this reason only that the history of the whole universe is replete with reference to the pastimes of the incarnation of Godhead. The Puranas are histories of the bygone ages that relate the pastimes of the various incarnations of the Lord. In this way, the reading matter remains forever fresh despite repeated readings.
Yeah. So Arjun is Arjun is reconfirming. Don't think that when you describe in detail about yourself, about your vibhutis, I'll be satiated. Speak in detail. Yeah? Don't think I'll be. Don't cut short it. है ना? Thinking इतना देर सुनेगा ये, है ना? Bored हो जाएगा. No, no, no. So for me, he is saying very clearly, है ना? uh, he is very clearly saying, Shrinvato naasti me amritam. Oh, for me, this what you are going to speak. No, hearing is like hearing nectar or drinking nectar. तो विस्तारेण, ना विस्तार से बताइए अपनी विभूति के बारे में. ओ जनार्दन, ओ जनार्दन, विभूतिम च जनार्दन. So Janardhan ka, one of the meaning purpose writing over here, oh, the killer of the atheists. So because knowing your this opulence, keshu keshu cha bhaveshu, all the atheistic mentality is killed. That's why he's using a specific word, Janardana. So please tell me in detail and triptihi. For me, kat bhuyah kathayah triptihi. So this is going to be, very very satisfying for me. And don't think that I'll be will be satisfying, but it never be satiated for me about hearing about you. It is like a tasting nectar. So I'll never be satiated, you know. So that's what he's saying. So please tell in detail. So so much he is giving confidence to Arjun, to Krishna, that that he is inspired. He's inspired to speak. He's inspired to speak about his vibhutis. That is truth. Because if you want to tell, to make a person speak about his own self, you have to really win over his confidence. Else he may say, पता नहीं, है ना, सुनेगा बोर हो जाएगा कितना बोलूंगा. But he's saying he's fully giving confidence to Krishna. Go ahead, please tell. I'll be very delighted to hear from you. विस्तार में बताइए. Don't cut short it. So this kind of a statement na, about tell in detail is spoken. Proper writes one of the example, swadu swadu pade pade, that verse he is quoting. But there are many verses also spoken by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukdev Goswami in the 10th canto beginning also, because ninth canto Krishna ends the, towards the end of the ninth canto Krishna gives us Parikshit Maharaj, sorry, Sukdev Goswami gives the summary of the 10th canto, and as such he finishes of the 10th canto in the last few verses of the ninth canto. So over there, Parikshit Maharaj immediately says, "Oh, sir, please explain in detail. Don't think I am hungry. Don't think my death is coming near, so I'm afraid of it and I'm get distracted. Please speak in detail. This is nectar for me. Don't cut short it." And so then he is inspired to speak about Krishna in the 10th canto. Detailed. And we hear so many times he's been speaking. So here is the same thing. Arjuna is also saying, Sir, tell me your auspicious quality. I know you have already told that अजोपि सन दसोहम अपि सुखांति, ये सब बोला है आपने, बट अभी विस्तार से बताइए, and I am eager to hear about it. I'll taste hearing the nectar of your words, what you're going to speak. I'll taste through the tongue of the ear. you know I have not been satisfied. So he's very, very clearly mentioning it, that he's giving confidence to Krishna to go ahead and speak. Nah. So that's what is the thing. uh, so he is literally very, very eager to hear from Krishna. So you have any questions, Prabhu, from these three shlokas? You can ask else. Yeah, Satyanarayana.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, two questions as of now. One which I want to ask is, Prabhu, in the 17th shloka, you mentioned uh, 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 yeah, that was second question actually. First question is, so I just want to ask you, every time we hear about the Mayavadis when Prabhupada say, or even classes also, or now also you were mentioning about the atheistic mentality for that Arjuna actually is asking, and even purports also a lot many times we see Prabhupada is trying to explain how Krishna is personified form and not just want to request you if you can put some light over again to differentiate atheist Mayavadis and little on that if we can little bro so that if well, one thing is obviously we understood key from material point of view your Prabhupada is trying to say as you mentioned key new people or even we consider sometimes key we may consider sometimes Krishna as a like we may have affection from material point of view or and also for the newcomers from atheistic point of view but also I want you to let me know little about this Mayavadis also bro like, little
No,
thought.
sir, this is so these verses actually when Vibhuti, is Krishna is going to speak. Actually, Mayavadis, they they try to tell. They tell in a very different way. Their concept is that these Vibhutis are for actually how one can have a Vibhuti, a person who has a form. You know. So they accept that is an impersonal understanding they bring out from the Lord from these explanation, and because Vibhuti because Krishna similarly says, I am the sun, I am the among the stars, I am the moon. When we'll hear about these vibhutis, so he will say, Are how somebody can be moon and simultaneously how he can be sun? So, this means he's an impersonal aspect is there. So that kind of a conception, they bring it out when they hear the vibhutis of the Lord. Mayavad people are actually, uh, and they respect these verses in the sense that, oh, these are our glories only, because they are ultimately we are, and we and he is the same. It's a nonsense. So Mayavad conception, actually is a very a conception where they make Krishna come on a very very downridden platform. Although they may say we want to hear about you in the Vistar, बट विस्तार इज क्या अपने अपने ग्लोरी सुनने का इच्छा है their conception is that. So so basically atheistic point of view is also Mayavad, because Mayavad is nothing but atheist. They may accept the Krishna, they may accept God, but in a very different way. That's the atheist point of view. Mayavad is also atheist only. So these people, they just want to dissect Krishna when they want to know more about him. And the more they know about him, their envy increases, and they feed their poisonous feelings, their poisonous mentality, and in 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 the opulence of the Lord, by describing it in a very very negative way. So these people actually, so there are two kinds of atheists, you can say, who may believe on these vibhutis, and the people who may not believe on these vibhutis. For some people, these vibhutis are, it doesn't make any logical sense to them. So they are atheist. They just try to figure it out on the logical sense. And there are some atheists actually who accept it, but on a very materialistic level. That's also atheist Mayavad. So these all are, that's why I'm again saying Arjuna wants to know Krishna. His curiosity is there for the knowledge, not just on an intellectual platform. It's more about, he wants to know more about him because he loves him. He wants to know more about his, like a child will be happy to know about his father's glory. Oh, my father is an IAS. No? Oh, कितने लोगों को सलाम करता है. He's so happy to know about it. you know so in that way he is trying to know, not in a way that how he became IAS. Another person may approach the IAS in this way, कैसे बन गया ये IAS, हमको भी कॉपी करने का है. That's a different way, that's a different approach towards the person. So Krishna will be very happy to speak his vibhuti, because curiosity of Arjuna uh, curiosity of Arjuna is not just a intellectual relation, but is also involving his heart. He wants to engage his intellect in in a way that actually eventually his heart is engaged. So that is why, and those people who Mayavad people, they just try to dissect Krishna to the intellect. That's very very nonsense. That much I can say. Speak it about it. There may be. I have never read Mayavad commentary on this. Mayavad, surely Mayavadis would have given the commentary on it. Neither I have read it, neither it is recommended to read. you know. So that's what is, I would say.
Got it,
Any
bro.
further, bro? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Bro, just one more. Continuing to this, as you mentioned, the example of IS officer wala thing. As a one person may have envy, and as you mentioned, like maybe Mayavadi also, they want to become God. So say in similar manner, people who are actually asking the IS officer how you became IS officer may be considered Mayavadis, like trying to understand actually, Prabhu.
Mhm.
Like just want to know, you mentioned the topic of spiritual knowledge, Prabhu here. Okay. So,
Mm.
Prabhu, can we say that spiritual knowledge is between intelligence? You mentioned that because it is not on intellectual platform. So, is
Mm.
it between intelligent and achieving love, or it is love
Yeah.
only, spiritual knowledge?
Actually, initially it may not be just love, but actually the knowledge, actually for a devotee, the knowledge about Krishna uh, surely makes their head bow down to him, and the more deep knowledge should make their heart also submitted to him. That's a devotee. Because a devotee ultimately wants actually he gives his body, mind, words, everything to him. So see, very simple, Prabhu. If somebody is non-envious of anyone in this world also, and hear his glories, he becomes attracted to it. And in mundane world, you see boy and a girl. If they're not envious in one sense, I'm saying, and envy is there in this world for sure. They, when they hear about the glory, the boy hears the glory of the girl. Oh, how she is attractive and all those. So what happens? he is he's fascinated by it, right? So his heart gets involved into it naturally. कुछ तार नहीं जोड़ना पड़ता, naturally जुड़ जाता है. you know if a boy keeps on hearing about a girl, आपको तार जोड़ना नहीं पड़ता, जुड़ जाता है या नहीं? यू अंडरस्टैंड ना, तार जोड़ना अपने आप जुड़ जाता है, नो, इमीडिएटली, है ना? दैट्स व्हाट द सेम वे, no, when we hear about Krishna, actually, it may be initially on an intellectual, we are understanding him. But if we are non-envious of him, if we hear it carefully with a devotee who has a love for him, our heart will get involved into it. Is it fine, Prabhu?
Yes, bro. Yes. Thank you so much, bro.
Yes. Any further? Else? Yeah, Ravi.
Proji, for Arjuna, like he in this current verse which we are reading, so he was saying the more I hear, the more nectarian I feel. So like then he tells Krishna to tell more about his glories. So like but in like in our present scenario, so when sometimes when we hear same thing again and again, so it feels like okay, I have already heard this thing. So like, is that our basic understanding is not clear? Like for Arjuna, he has understood the basic understanding of Krishna, like he is the enjoyer, he is proprietor and everything. Then that is leading him to uh, like the feeling is nectarian, or what is the understanding? Yeah.
Yeah, very good question. For great devotees, at least we don't have to quote Arjun. We can see great devotees even while over here. You know, they speak the same story, they hear the same story with a great relish. Great relish. Like Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu has come in our temple. Great relish, Prabhu. He doesn't have to, he's relishing. Then you can say when he's saying Krishna, the word Krishna has so much pot. Actually, he himself is relishing. We can't speak this statement again and again to the public if we are not relishing it. अरे जपा टॉक में भी बोला, भागवतम क्लास में भी बोला, भगवत क्लास में भी बोला, ब्रह्मचारी क्लास में भी बोला. अरे सब क्लास में बोल रहे हैं वो. अरे बोलने के लिए भी रिलीज चाहिए भैया. सिंपल स्टेटमेंट है, कोई बहुत ही इंटेलेक्चुअल टिटिलेटिंग स्टेटमेंट नहीं है. The word Krishna has such nectar that we need billions of tongues. And we can see him, right? We can see him. He's 78. 78, प्रभु. हम उसके आधे से ज्यादा लोग उसके आधे भी नहीं है एज के. 78 he is. Every day 2:30 he wakes up. He's not situated in in one place in one room, some voice or something. He said in his end of his class when he was giving on Monday. He said his travel plan from here to Vrindavan, from Vrindavan to Australia, Australia to Khat. 8-10 place का नाम बताया उन्होंने. Then to Mayapur means he's always changing his place. So changing place means changing environment, changing everything. It is very difficult. But whenever he is going, wherever he wakes up at 2:30. Chants his round and he's saying, real taste in chanting comes before Mangalarti. And 78 पे बोल रहे हो बाबा. So he's relishing, right? Na? Same thing. Krishna is ever relishable. Yeah, for us, our heart is yet not involved with Krishna. You know, it may have many reasons. Maybe doubt, maybe anarthas. Actually, it all boils down to one only: envy, you know, or lethargy. You know, because we might have a mental lethargy. You because we know hearing Krishna is a feast for the heart, but we may be lethargic in the mind to think about him. Ah, lethargy in the mind. Mind is constantly thinking, but it requires to remove one's lethargy to think about Krishna. And so there may be many reasons. The sum and total of all reason is envy. you know, and but no, we are in progressing path. We have to understand it. We have to hear. That's why I'm very curious. For us, love means hear about him with faith, with attention, with respect. Uh, I'm very sure about it. If you hear Krishna's glory from a person coming in parampara, with faith, attention, respect, mind is lethargic. It doesn't allow us to pay attention. This lethargic nature of the mind has to be thrown out. And I know it is a great disease in this world. As soon as we put it, the mind says, I know it. Sir, you are not going to make any advancement in any field. I know it. The moment mind says, it's taking you on a lethargic path. Don't allow. We are ever a student. No, don't allow that. They understood, bro.
Yes, yes, Guruji. Thank you.
This is a nonsense idea of the mind. I know it. What the hell you know it? If you know it, then why we are here in the material world still? No attraction for Krishna. Yeah, yes, Kaushik.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we say that one should not tell the glories of holy name to a faithless person. Prabhuji, even in devotional life, we like to hear about Krishna, but when some glory of Krishna clashes with our self gratification, then some envy may come. So, how should we take that particular glory or that particular opulence of Krishna, or shall we, for the time being, stop hearing about that opulence? And means, what should we do if in a devotee's case, it is happening that some particular opulence of Krishna is clashing with his sense gratification and some envy may come. Then how should we do, Prabhuji? How should we proceed forward?
Hmm. Hmm. I'm giving a mundane example to more elaborate your point. Like if a boy is attracted to a girl and somebody says, Krishna is the enjoyer even of that girl. Oh, we want to throw out that statement. like right now. This, no, that's what, do you think, you know, yeah, if something esoteric is there, what is beyond our adhikar, we are hearing, then surely we have to stop it. There's a adhikar put. But when the opulence, the vibhutis of the Lord, which has been spoken over here in 10th chapter, going to be spoken, or in the Bhagavad Gita, actually, it is like the same example what I'm saying. The boy is attracted to a girl, and Krishna is saying, I am the enjoyer, you are not. I want to throw away that statement. That is not going to help him. That is straight born out of envy. So it depends on what kind of vibhuti he is hearing. And if it has to be, that person, I would say, he should go and ask some senior devotee uh, about his issue, them to understand it. Because if he hears from, because the Lord is not envious of anyone. He is need not to be envious of anyone. The problem is with us. Yeah, but surely, if somebody starts hearing Radha and Krishna Leela at this level, where he still has a material attachment, then it is surely will be said, better you don't. It's beyond you, for sure. There is no doubt about it. And that is why over here, Arjuna is asking uh, the vibhuti, which a materialist person can appreciate. So still we are materialist. Uh, so, and we're trying to understand the Radha and Krishna pastime. It will be tough. It will create an envy for sure. Because the way he enjoys with gopis, nobody in this world can enjoy. Because anybody wants to enjoy, he will be a hardcore sinner. So, so now we have to know it, that what we are supposed to hear, and what we are supposed to hear. In that also problem is coming. We should surely go and ask somebody who can help us out. Because medicine, जो हमारा medicine है वो नहीं ले पाएंगे तो प्रॉब्लम है. जो मेडिसिन नहीं है अभी हमारे लिए, वो नहीं ले पा रहे तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, अच्छा है, मत लीजिए. Is it fine too?
Yes, Vijay and Roji, I wish to ask that how to come from this from this platform of envy to the platform of curiosity, which is the most important ingredient.
Yeah. So actually, no, right. So if somebody has an envy, so his curiosity may stop it, because it throws out Krishna out of his life. So he has to hear more properly about Krishna from elevated souls, where he will understand, you know, the compassionate nature of the Lord. Then he has to read Bhagavad Gita and hear Bhagavad Gita from an elevated soul. That's what I would say. He has to hear from an elevated soul, to whom he has faith, respect, love. Love भी नहीं है, at least has faith and respect. He has to hear from him. It will help that devotee to know more about Krishna, and because hearing about Krishna is the medicine. If hearing is dampened, his chanting will be dampened. But he has to hear from the person whom he has attraction to. That is why, we hear from our spiritual masters, from our Siksha Guru, whom we have a trust and a faith, and we are attracted to their spiritual personality. We hear from them about Krishna, our envy towards Krishna slowly goes away. Curiosity will be born. Is that okay?
Yes, Vijay.
Any more further? 4 मिनट बचा है. श्री भगवान को आज नहीं होगा. हाँ, yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, in 17th shloka, in purport, there is mention the only surrender soul and devotee can see him. The Prabhuji here mentioned the surrender soul and devotee. So, Prabhuji, how can I understand the surrender soul, and then the Prabhupada also mentioned the devotees?
Yeah, the surrendered soul and a devotee, when Prabhupada is mentioning, means surrendered soul means Prabhu, only surrendered souls and devotee can see him. So surely, we can't see Krishna eye to eye, face to face. To a degree, we become, surrendered in in our, surrendered in the sense of engaging one's body, mind, and words in Krishna service. That's means surrender. And devotee over here, you can say, and devotee. Surrendered souls and devotee, or Vinay, and devotee. Actually, it's the same. But over here is and, so I would say only surrendered souls and devotee. He is one who has no envy. So if somebody who's engaging his body, mind, and words in service of the Lord without envy can see, because because uh, because he's covered by Yoga Maya, and Yoga Maya is his Shakti. So Krishna tells the Yoga Maya to reveal myself to him. Then Krishna is revealed to us, and then that devotee can see him face to face, eye to eye. So one has to engage his body, mind, and words in service of Krishna without envy. Is this your question, truly? No, am I answering in the right way, or?
Yes, Prabhuji. But I just want to know, Prabhuji, what is the difference between the surrender soul and devotee?
Yeah, that's what I am also saying to you. Proper is using and over there. Uh, so in my, because even Shivram Maharaj in his book of Bhaktivedanta Purport, where he explains these things, he has not much written, so I can just say it over here. That uh, surrendered soul means he has surrendered his body, mind, and words, kaya, manasa, vacha, in service of the Lord. See, somebody can engage his kaya, manasa, vacha like a Mayavad sannyasi. He is also engaged in uh, in some way, but actually is envious of the Lord because he wants to become a devotee. He wants to become the Lord. That's why I'm saying when Prabhupada is writing one is surrendered soul and devotee, we can understand in this way that engaging one's body, mind, and word in service of the Lord without envy or love for him. So we may also engage our body, mind, and words, but might not have love for him. So then it will take time. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, yeah,
Prabhuji,
Kaushik.
can we, Prabhuji, please tell whether my understanding is correct. Can we say surrendered soul means surrendered to Brahman and Paramatma aspects also of Lord? Because they can also know to a
No,
certain extent.
they can know, but he can't see the Lord face to face. Right? Because वहाँ पे proper लिख रहे हैं ना, can see him. Yeah.
Prabhuji, but they may see the Paramatma feature of Lord in heart. So that is not होने
Over
पड़ता है,
here, over here, though, over here, when Prabhupada is writing, to me it is, yeah, we can do some speculation, not a problem, you know. uh, But anyhow, as stated, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is covered by Maya. So it is about Bhagavan. That much we can say. Uh,
Prabhuji, just sorry, just want to understand, Prabhu, whether it is Bhakti Shastri or any Bhagavatam class, or let that be matter of any class, bro. Want to understand ki sometimes when you answer to other devotees or any of the speaker answer, some of my questions that we have also probably sometimes we at least I feel ki okay, this might be the answer to it. So by considering this, should I still ask the question or I should consider key okay that has been answered? How should I take it? Like just want to understand bro.
you are asking that if somebody asks the question and I know the answer, then I should ask on what you
Let me
that
come
one.
again. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But the like for example, when a speaker is actually answering to other devotees or other participants' question, and when he's answering, sometimes I let's say for I in the example, I have some question in my mind, and I feel okay, this answer can also be answered to the question which I have. Might not be directly, but in the indirect manner. So in such circumstances, should I still have the question and ask to the speaker or not? That's what I was considering.
At least I can say very clearly when you're asking a question, at least we should hear attentively that time when you're because when the nature is that when we know the answer some degree, we may expect uh, we may expect the answer to come in the same way. So then, it may not come, and we may reject the whole answer itself because we are not clean slate, you know. So I would say at least even if we know the answer, when we have asked the question, the speaker is answering the question, we should hear it attentively, analyze it, you know, and think about it, you know, just not let the answer put on the depths here.
So should I ask the question to the speaker? Not Prabhuji then.
No, if you are not going to hear, don't ask the question. If you
No, no,
really
no.
want a better understanding,
For better
then
understanding.
yeah, then you can surely.
Like
Yeah,
maybe sometimes it happen na Prabhuji. Ki I have
yeah,
considered that might be the answer, but might not be the case. Ki what I'm
yeah,
considering it might be the answer.
yeah.
That's
Right,
why.
right. That's why I'm saying if we are going to hear it attentively, the answer, your mind will allow you, and you're open for a better understanding. Go ahead and ask. If you are not, some people already जानते हैं तभी पूछते हैं, and they expect this answer the way they know it. That's wrong. But what you are saying, if you want to have a better understanding, surely you can go ahead and ask. Okay.
Prabhuji, just
Yeah.
one
Thank you,
small
Prabhuji.
question.
Hmm.
Yes, Prabhuji, most of the time we are very satisfied with our own understanding. How to develop this attitude that some better understanding, because it is very difficult to change when own understanding. That fear is there
Yeah,
because we are satisfied in that. So how to develop
yeah.
attitude of developing
This
our
fear is
understanding?
not a this fear is
Same,
not a
same.
helpful fear. This fear is not a helpful fear. This fear is a fear maybe which will decline us. Because every time, even start studying material knowledge, you go to what you might have studied about, you know, mitochondria in the cell, right? Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Yes, mitochondria is the ninth standard. When you study the same mitochondria in 12th standard, increases the knowledge about understanding what increases. Somebody may do a postdoctorate on a mitochondria, so his knowledge is supposed to increase, right? His perception is going to change. He's going to have a much better understanding, much broader understanding. So, but if somebody is closed about it, he's not going to grow. So we should not be closed about it. We should be always be open to, if we hear it attentively with faith and respect, everything happens. We are not going to hear it, will be the same. like ना एक बच्चा स्कूल में एडमिट हुआ, लेकिन उसको पहले से पता है, ठीक है मेरे को पता है, जैसे ही उसको पता है उसको लगता है मेरे को पता है, डन, यू कांट चेंज हिम। वो सेम मिस्टेक वही बड़ा बार बार करेगा, है ना विजित और कौशिक, आप दोनों टीचर है ना। जैसे ही बच्चे को पता है कि ये मेरे को, ये क्या कहते हैं, इस बच्चे को जैसे ही लगता है मेरे को आता है, वो आप देखेंगे नहीं सीखेगा और सेम मिस्टेक बार बार करेगा। So that's what we have to.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay, so we end over
Thank you, Prabhuji.
here for today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.